Okay, guys, this is the Fife Property Market weekly update. This is from the 18th of April to the 25th of April, which is yesterday. This is me looking at the market and the sales against the demand, against what's coming onto the market in the last week it's passed. This gives us a good indication about where the market is. To be honest, the market is booming. Wow, you wouldn't believe where things are going. And I'll talk to you about that throughout this update. Okay, right, let's look at some of the numbers for last week. Okay, in Cooper, there was 9 properties come to market. 13 were actually sold, which again, demand is outstripping supply. No surprise. East Neuk 5 versus 6. St Andrews 11 versus 10. Leavenmouth 9 versus 13. Dunfermline 50 versus 49. Glenrothes 8 coming on versus 12 sold in the same week. Kirkcaldy 55 coming on versus 48 sold in the same week. 147 properties came on last week in that period that we've discussed, the 18th to the 25th of April, and 151 were sold. What is going on? The market is booming. And let me tell you about some of these things. Okay, let's look at some of our numbers. Good evening, Andrea. Thanks for watching. Let's look at some of our numbers, guys. And we'll look at finally way through. This is our website. We're going to pop on our website and let you have a look at it. This is just solely the number of people visiting our website within a year. 385,000 people coming onto our website and visits every single year to date from the 25th of April last year to the 24th of April this year. It is booming. And I'll show you why. Okay, where are all these people coming from? Where's this extra audience come from? I mean, when you think about it logically, that's 32,000 visitors every single month. That's 2 times the Hydro. If you've been watching, if you're sitting in a concert in the Hydro with 15,000, 16,000 people round about you, that's 2 times of that every single month comes onto our website. Who do you think's got the strongest website locally in this area? Maybe Fife Properties? Absolutely. This is 32,000 people coming to our website who are actually just looking for properties in Fife. That's all. And 385,000 a year we're running it. Where do all these people come from? Let's have a look. Okay, so there's about 151,000 of them actually come direct to our website. 121,000 actually do organic search. That's through Google. And look at social media. Wow. 110,000 people come through social media every single year to our website. That is almost 10,000 a month coming onto our website from social media. Who do you think's got the most powerful website and powerful brand and powerful platform on social media? Fife Properties. I'll guarantee you that. And look at the referrals. 1,800. That's how many referrals come from Rightmove, Zoopla, and Prime Location. Look at what we're delivering over and above what Rightmove, Zoopla, and Prime Location is delivering. They've got their own websites, fair enough, that's fine. But instant access through social media is where people get us. They can message us immediately as a result of that. Let's look at in comparison to what happened over the 12-month period last year. Here we go. Look at this. We are 175,000 searches up, visits up from the previous period in the last year. That is more than double the audience. That's 83% uplift in our traffic because we are now a multimedia company. We sell houses via video and multimedia platforms, and that's what gets that audience. We are rewarded as a result of that and pushed out by every single platform like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Google, and they all love what we do and they push us out organically as a result. Hence the reason our traffic has gone up 83% year on year. So that's a comparison. You can see this here. There's the previous year, the dotted line, the previous 12 months before the 12 months that we've just calculated. Look, it's a way down, and this is where we are now. That thick blue line, that was into the period of coming out, going into COVID, coming back down, and then that spike after Christmas and going up and up and up. There has never been a record time right up here where we've never had it so good. That's how much traffic we're driving. That's how much demand we've got. How do you think our properties react when we bring them onto market? Let me discuss that with you. Okay, so some of the new properties that are coming to market this week, potentially. Den Walk. Well, I'm afraid it's not because it was sold from social media before it even got into a website. It is gone. If you haven't followed our Facebook social media pages, you're missing out on our properties immediately because we launched them in there first before anywhere else. And Denwalk is now sold before it even got into Rightmove, prime location in Zoopla. Scott Road in Glenrothes has come on. That's a 3-bedroom house. That's got offers in it already. Memorial Road, guess what? Memorial Road never even made it to social media. It was sold to our audience, which is our people that register with us and our investors club as well. We have a private investors club who look at these properties and make offers for us well before you get access as well. So that's why you need to either be in our private investors club or you need to register with us as well to make sure you get in there before anyone else. By the time most properties get to Rightmove, you're too late. You need to get in there first and register with us and talk to us first and make sure we have you on our database so we can tell you when properties are about to come on the market. This is a hot, hot market. Boom. So Main Street in Methil Hill, come on as well. That's a 2-bedroom mid-terraced. That'll be coming on this week. Old St Andrews Road in Garbridge. That's a beautiful detached property. That's going to be coming on. I'm doing a pre-launch for that this week. Wade Terrace, a bungalow in Anstruther. That's going to be coming on this week. St Abbs, Pitt and Ween. That's a 3-bedroom lower apartment. That's going to be coming on this week. A stone's throw away from the beach. That's going to be a pre-portal launch this week. I have a feeling it's never going to get to Rightmove. It's going to be sold from social media. We've got Woodbank Terrace in St Andrews. That's a 2-bedroom flat coming on, apartment. That's coming on this week on a social media pre-launch. Glebe Street. Glebe Street's going to be coming on this week. A 2-bedroom lower flat. And we've got an offer before it even got on the portals. We've got it. We've got an offer off-market deal straight away already. We've still to discuss that with the client. If you want to see a 2-bedroom Glebe Street, you need to call us tomorrow or message us now to make sure you're in there before everybody else. We've got an offer on this property already, and we're doing a pre-launch, a pre-portal launch on Tuesday. So that's how the market is going just now. It is absolutely booming. Our website activity is equivalent, when you think about it, every single month of Hampden Stadium coming onto our website every single month. That's how much traffic we have to our properties. Okay, so that's the roundup for that. Absolutely, Angela. Yeah, pre-portal sales, rentals are awesome as well. They're going hugely. They're going way before anyone else. The rentals are, there's literally, when I looked at the whole rental market right across Fife, there was only 82 properties, and that was a week ago. Over every single agent, there was 82 properties available for rent. That shows you exactly where the market is. There was just over 500 properties available for sale over the whole of Fife between every single agent. A year ago, there was 1,200 properties for sale over every single agent. 10 years ago, there was 3,000 properties for sale over every single agent at this point in time. That shows you how much the market is driven, how hot the market is just now. If you're looking to sell, and now is the time. If you've got buy-to-let properties you're looking to offload, probably now is the time to start selling them and get them back into the market. There's loads of first-time buyers out there. There's loads of other investors in there. There's loads of upsizers, downsizers, middle market people. There's a lot of audience there looking and jumping in straight away before anyone else. Okay, so we had discussed yesterday as well, and it's in this post about finding the perfect buyer. How do we find your buyer? And we went through that article in very much detail. It is on this post, a link to this. You can watch the show again. You can read the 4-minute blog itself, or you can listen to the podcast as well on this link. It's on this post. For this. And this is how we find the perfect buyer and how you could find the perfect buyer as well. You do not need to be on the market with us to get this advice. This is tips and secrets that we're divulging to you to allow you to sell your property at the best value, at the highest price, and get the best buyer out of your viewings and how to know that. It's all about knowing their story and their background. It's timing is everything. It's listening and learning when you're taking people around the properties and picking up these keynote signatures, exactly what they're saying, and listening to that effect. Listen, at the end of the day, you've got 2 ears and you've got one mouth. Use them in that proportion when you're doing viewings. If you're having to do viewings and your agent isn't doing them for you, then that's what you need to do. You listen to the key things about what your buyer is saying when they're walking around the property. There's various techniques as well when they go quiet. There's various techniques and tips, and I can give you that as well if you want to message us from here, and how to open up a buyer and get them to talk and get them to divulge to you basically where they are with their property journey and how much they're potentially prepared to pay for the property as well, without them actually knowing. And that's all in this show that we ran yesterday. And it's also striking a chord and where people want to live and why they want to live in that area. And then finally, we talk about the money and the ability for them to pay and what their circumstances are and what you need to do to pre-qualify a buyer to make sure you've got the best person and there's no fall through when you actually make a deal with them and do that. And then agree with your solicitor the terms and conditions. You do not want people pulling out at last minute. And if you don't pre-qualify them, that's ultimately what happens in that process. So that's finding a buyer, the perfect buyer, and how do we find yours? You can watch that. Again, the link's on this post to the show itself we did yesterday, the live show in the broadcast, me giving away some of my top secrets and tips and how to do that and how to maximize that end result for you. It's also the blog to read, which is 4 minutes. And again, as I say, if you don't have time, listen to the podcast. It's on there as well. You can listen to it in your car. At the end of the day, it could mean the difference between making or losing thousands of pounds in your end result if you don't pick up these top tips. You don't know what you don't know, and that's the frightening aspect. But we do know, and we've just told you. You need to listen to it. That's the most important thing, and read it. Probably reading is okay, but the listening is where all the top tips have been discussed live, and everything's been given away. The secrets have been given away as well. So the key here is to make sure you're in a position to get these properties. Yeah, absolutely, Becca. Yep. Thank you very much for that. Looking by this year, and your tips are fab. Thank you very much. Now, the key here is you need to register with us so you don't miss out on the off-market properties. This is the ones that are being sold before they even get to social media and way before they even get to Rightmove. By the time you get to Rightmove, they're sold. You're too late. And I'll discuss why the simple video without interaction. I mean, this is the key here as well. This is one of the things you see a lot of agents now doing video, and what they don't realize is the video that they're doing is what we did 10 years ago. It is out of date. It's old news. You're immediately downgraded by social media. You're downgraded by the platforms, by Google and your search capability, because it's old technology they're using. A simple walkthrough and no interaction and not saying anything at all is no use. Even worse is a video with photographs panning in and panning out with some cheesy music in the background. That doesn't work either. You're downgraded. Your property is not seen by as many people in the right audience by social media because the algorithm doesn't look at it as important anymore because it's old technology that these agents are using. That's the key thing here. And finally, I want to say to you as well, remember, there's a 60-second instant valuation tool we put on this post every single week. If you don't want to talk to anybody just now, if you don't want to message anybody, if you don't want to phone or walk into an office or anything like that, you can get that instant valuation for yourself on this post. Just click on it. It takes less than 60 seconds. You put in your property address, you put in the number of rooms you've got, and the algorithm works out exactly. It works out the top price you would get for your property, the midpoint you get for your property, and also the lower point you get for your property, depending on how well your property is. And you can choose which bracket you're in or where in between these prices are. If you want to firm up on that, by all means, you can just book an initial consultation with us as well. You can do that either by Zoom, or you can do it by phone call, or you can get me to visit, or you can get Jimmy to visit. Any way you can do that, or Richard can visit for a lettings valuation as well, because that tool also does lettings valuations. Okay, Becca's asking, how do I register with Fife Properties? Are so much more modern, and how do I listen to your podcast too? This is great. Listen, Becca, absolutely. As I said, in this link to this post, you have the article, which is the perfect buyer and how to find yours. So if you click on that link, it will have the link to the podcast as well in that on our website. And then what you do is you click on that podcast link, it will take you to a list of all our podcasts that are on our channel, or you can just go straight to anchor.com So anchor.com has all our podcasts on as well, and you can look up Fife Properties and get them from there. And that's really what it comes down to. Okay, we've got a wee quick question here. This is an interesting one. This is what we get asked all the time. Aaron asked this. What's the attraction of keeping properties back from the portals and apps? Does it not suppress offers, etc. on the properties? It's great getting ahead of the market by seeing some of these properties on Facebook, but I'm curious why you don't want it to go on the portals in a period of time. And the answer to that is, Aaron, because people are prepared to pay a lot more money than they will pay on a portal with the rarity to get it before anyone else. And that's what drives the price at the end. That's why we do pre-portal launches for that exact reason. So I hope that answers your question, Ryan. If you want to message me direct about it further, more than happy to do that. But it gets offers you can't refuse. And I'm talking about 22 and 33% more than the home report value. That's what we're getting at pre-portal launch. And that's what we're getting at off-market deals as well. I don't know if anybody else is getting that, but that's what you should be asking your other agent or your on-one agent. What do you think I'm going to get? What is your track record and what you'll get? And how do you go about getting that? And what do you do to get that? What things do you do in order to get that traction, in order to get that audience, in order to get that activity? Remember as well, we get, and Aaron, for your benefit, Aaron, we get an audience that Rightmove doesn't get, and people that visit Rightmove don't get, and agents that don't just use Rightmove as well. 50% of our audience actually doesn't visit Rightmove at all. And I'll say that again, 50% of our audience does not visit Rightmove at all. They come from social media, they come from our website, they come from other platforms like LinkedIn and Instagram and YouTube. We have 12,000 viewers every single month on YouTube. No one else uses YouTube like that. We have over 600 hours of our videos watched on our properties every single month on YouTube. We have completely different audiences to everyone else. They don't even have them. And I know they don't have them because I have a wee app that tells me what's embedded on their website and what portals and apps they use to drive traffic. They don't drive traffic like we drive traffic because that's how we do it. Remember, a lot of people don't understand as well. I've been studying in mastermind Facebook groups with people a lot more knowledgeable than me for the last 2 years. No one else will ever catch up with us. No one else will get ever near what we do because we are 2 years ahead of everyone else. We are light years ahead of what we are doing. We have now become a multimedia company and a TV platform for social media. And that's what drives it. Could you imagine when you think about it? Your favorite program, let's take location, or Homes Under the Hammer. Could you imagine if I went to you and said, I tell you what, instead of watching it on the television, I'll give you the photographs and I'll give you the script to read and you can look at the photographs. How many people do you think would watch it or read the script and watch the photographs now as opposed to watching the television program? Not that many. But that is what traditional estate agency is. It's looking at photographs and reading a script. How many more people do you think actually interact with someone that talks on the screen and talks about the property? Whole load more, and probably 83% more, because that's our additional audience from year on year, because now we've gone into that sort of channel and platform. So guys, if you need any more information, please feel free to message me here direct. It is an instant message to us. There's no need to go around the houses and email people and wait for replies and wait for people to get up in the morning or wait for people to get back to their work or anything like that. Social media allows you complete interaction with us immediately. And that's how the business is done. And that's what you get rewarded from as an estate agent through all the platforms like Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all the other platforms integrate and work on that platform. That's why we get pushed out so much organically by all these platforms. So if you need information, please feel free to contact me. And that's it, guys, for this week. And I'll see you next week on the Fife Property Show. And we might actually do some blogs and vlogs through the street. I'm wanting to do the 30 most expensive streets in St Andrews That's coming up soon. You can make your list, and I'll bet you'll never get it. The 30 most expensive streets in St Andrews, and I'll be doing that show literally every single week, and then East Nuke as well. We'll be doing it with Cooper as well. We'll be doing it at Leiden as well. So we'll look forward to that as well. So that's it for this week, guys, and I'll see you later for now. And I'm Jim Parker for Fife